Howdy folks, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're saddling up and riding back to 1939 to take a look at a real classic, The Arizona Kid. This film is a fascinating snapshot of Western cinema, catching the legendary Roy Rogers right at a turning point in his career. It perfectly blends the singing cowboy style of the early 30s with the more dramatic, war-influenced stories that were just around the corner. So, what's the story about? Set during the American Civil War, The Arizona Kid casts Roy Rogers as a Confederate scout. His mission is to stop a rogue officer whose outlaw gang is causing chaos and threatening both sides of the conflict. Teaming up with him is his trusty sidekick, Gabby Whitaker, played by the one and only George "Gabby" Hayes. Together, they have to navigate shifting loyalties and dangerous ambushes, all while trying to bring a little bit of order back to a land torn apart by war. It's a fast-paced adventure, packed with horseback chases and, of course, a few musical numbers to keep things lively. This film is really interesting because it shows Roy Rogers transitioning from just a singing cowboy into a more serious dramatic actor. His performance is earnest and full of that moral clarity audiences absolutely adored. But let's be honest, Gabby Hayes just steals every scene he's in. He brings so much humor and warmth, adding that perfect touch of frontier wisdom that lightens the mood. Unlike a lot of other westerns from this time, The Arizona Kid isn't afraid to lean into its Civil War setting. It touches on themes of loyalty, honor, and the real cost of conflict. Now, it doesn't get too heavy, which is why it's such a great family-friendly film. The violence is mild, the story is easy to follow, and the values are clear. It's the kind of movie that invites the whole family to watch together. Of course, no classic film is without its limitations. Being made in 1939, the portrayal of the Civil War is pretty simplified. The pacing can feel a bit rushed since the movie is only about an hour long, and like many films of its era, the female roles are fairly limited. You can also see the budget constraints of Republic Pictures in the sets and action scenes. But for fans of Golden Age westerns, these things are often part of the charm. So why does The Arizona Kid still matter today? It captures a key moment in Roy Rogers' evolution as a star. It's a great example of how westerns blended adventure with wartime themes, and it's a perfect showcase of Republic Pictures' signature style. Most importantly, it reminds us of the timeless values that define these early heroes: courage, loyalty, and integrity. For anyone who loves classic Hollywood, The Arizona Kid is a small but really meaningful piece of cinema history. Thanks for joining me on this trip down memory lane. If you enjoyed this look at a classic western, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. See you next time.